Hello my friends and welcome. My name is Dennis and this is the latest update on Ukraine. On your screen you can see the tactical map of Donbass, the latest update of it. So let's go to the front lines review. Here you can see mostly Russia is on attack all across from the Bakhmut city to Lysychansk, but they have the new vector. It's here near to Dibrowa, so it wasn't like that before. They want to take control over those woods on this territory, but as you can see we have a blue arrow over here. Let me just zoom in, my friends, for it. So we basically go on a counterattack towards Crimea. Yes, Russia was able to accumulate lots of the forces in the region. As you can see, they have Bars 13, they have 208th Brigade, they have this is probably the bridge or maybe engineering brigade to restore the bridges, and a couple of the brigades behind the Crimea city. Also, Russians were able to build a defense line near Crimea, so it's not that easy to get to the city. About the situation near to the Bakhmut, it has some of the changes. The Ukrainian side went on a counterattack. Let's zoom into that city. Russia still has two of the main vectors, Opetne and also the main vector directly to the city, and Ukraine thrown the new reinforcements to the side of 53rd, I think, Brigade, and it was successful reinforcement since Ukraine pushed Russians away from this territory. We don't have the arrow on this tactical map, but I will show you the different map in the future in this video, and we also pushed them further from the city itself. We have this map from the different resource, also respectable one, and here you can see that Ukraine is on a counterattack, able to gain some of the control over that territory. And speaking about the city, suburbs and city itself, Russia still cannot penetrate our defense lines to get access to the city residential area. And you see this red line over here, it shows the peak Russian advancement. So you see that Ukrainian army was able to push them also on the southeast part. And here on a tactical map, it's partially been confirmed. So as before I told you, Russians were able to take the part of the park under their control. Now we don't see that they are even close to that park. However, in the south they're kind of close, but still they were not able to reach the residential area over here. They were thrown away a little bit from the lake over here, and also we pushed them further on the southeast, as I told you, showing the previous chart. Near to Donetsk, Russia tries their attacks into different directions with different forces they have, but still unsuccessful for them. They continue to push, and they are losing lots of the forces, armored vehicles and live forces. About the north part of Luhansk Oblast, here we have the Ukrainian counterattack. You can see the blue arrow, and lots of the Russian attacks. They try to reach some of the ground before the Svatova to make sure that Ukraine is further away from the city and not able to use the artillery systems to target the Russian supplies. But we are still very close to the city and we can use long-range artillery systems, so it's not a hard task for us to destroy Russian supplies over here. And Russia used many forces, as you can see, at least 3 brigades in that area. The map I showed you today is being created by European experts who analyzed the situation on the front lines of Russian-Ukrainian war. According to the Hale, a media resource, they got the information, they say, from the White House that Prigozhin's private military army Wagner now counts around 50,000 soldiers, 40,000 of which are the prisoners that they took from the Russian prisons. The rest, 10,000, are the soldiers who basically fight for money. And for them, it's very easy to use and lose the resource they have. I mean, prisoners. The lives of the Wagner Group soldiers commanders are much more important, and I would say if you take all of the Russian forces, army and everything, the most professional commanders would be in the Wagner Group. And Prigozhin spends around $100 million per month for his private army. Putin attended the local factory in Russia where they modernized the Soviet weaponry, vehicles, tanks and etiraz, and he just looked like some sort of the expert looking directly to the armor of the vehicle. For what reason? Should it run better if Putin touched the vehicle? We don't know. I've published on my Telegram channel the tiny part of the investigational video of the New York Times. They did it for the long time, for long 8 months. They gathered the evidence of the Russian war crimes that they did near to Kiev, in Irpin and Bucha, and not only. So this video could be shocking. That is why I published it on the Telegram channel, and later on I will upload there the full version of it. My friends, don't forget to check out my Telegram channel. It's in a video description below. We have more than 86,000 subscribers over there. You can like, comment, communicate with other users and also with me. Then I have the time. So Telegram is a very interactive platform, even compared to YouTube, and I upload there regularly every day many posts. So welcome to my Telegram channel. About the Patriot air defense systems, it seems like we have some problems with that for Ukraine because we're in lack of the specialists to use those systems. That is why White House is looking to train Ukrainian soldiers how to use those systems, and that may take few months. Russia continued to send the weaponry to Belarus, mostly air defense systems, and they sent 20 of the T-72 tanks. That is not enough for the intervention to Ukraine, and Russian publics continue to spread information that the Russian forces might go on attack from the Belarusian territory after Christmas, but I think it's just misinformation. About Dmitry Rogozin and his black hole situation, well, it's impossible to transport him from Rostov-on-Don to Moscow, basically because of the bad weather, they say. And you know, around 1 month ago, there was a conflict between Dmitry Rogozin and Prigozhin, the owner of the Wagner army, so it could be the planned action to eliminate Rogozin, because basically in the social media they spoke quite bad things about each others. I do not believe that it's not possible to deliver him in emergency situation from Rostov-on-Don to Moscow, and I checked the flight radar 24 today. There were planes flying in Rostov and Moscow, so I think that it's just an excuse not to solve the black hole situation of Rogozin that could lead to his death. Netherlands will provide humanitarian and military help to Ukraine for 2.5 billion euros. It's quite a lot, my friends, for such a small country, but with a big economy as Netherlands. Obviously, we have more help from United States. Just to remind you, $45 billion will be given to us next year, but not the money military. So units, tanks, I hope, and also Patriot systems, artillery shells, and many more. And that will also give some of the jobs to Americans, especially for those who work in the military sector. Yes, there will be lots of the jobs. Speaking about the Hungary, they will have cuts in their budgets for the record 22 billion euros. It's an astonishing number. That is why President of Hungary, Viktor Orban, is looking even to dismiss the European Parliament for the wrongdoing. European Parliament said that there is the lack of democracy in Hungary right now, and until they solve the problems with LGBT, human rights, with the refugees, they will not have other investments into their economy. Russia is preparing for one more attack on Christmas because we have the information that they put their ships to the Black Sea launching point today, and those ships usually fire caliber cruise missiles to Ukrainian territory, together with the strategic airplanes that also fire cruise missiles from the Caspian Sea. United States officials admitted that they are not able to produce enough artillery shells for 155mm Howitzer and artillery systems that are mostly used in NATO countries, and now Ukraine uses those systems in our military. So the idea is obvious: to increase the production of those shells. Luckily, United States have resources to do so. Interesting news from China, they have around 250 million cases of that disease that you can see on the screen, and per one day they have around 37 million cases. That's the population of Ukraine nowadays, basically. Because the vast part of the population was just isolated, they have total mess with the packages, and if you do expect something to arrive from China, expect, my friends, hopefully it will arrive to your place. And it's just terrible for the Chinese economy, which is already shrinking. And this is happening in Crimea right now. So you can see some of the explosions of the drones, very similar to Shahid. You can hear the voice of the engine, the noise of the engine is better to say. And the locals reported that some of the military targets were hit by those drones. Some filmed the explosions on their phones, but the quality of the video, as you can see, is kind of low, so we better see it tomorrow during the daytime. I hope we targeted something really important for Russia over there. And here I'm checking the Crimean publics. I see the confirmation about 2 big explosions in Nizhegorodsky rayon, where they have the oil storage. My friends, I'm gonna keep you updated on situation in Ukraine. Now, if you want to support the channel, just press the like button. If you want to support me financially, there are some links available in the video description just below. You may support me on Patreon, PayPal or Donatello, whichever is more convenient for you. My friends, I wish you all a peaceful sky wherever you are, and have a great time.